Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Thanks for always being there, and thanks for appreciating my video by clicking on the liking button. I appreciate you all. And for those of you watching my tutorial for the very first time, like I do say, you are very welcome. Now subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and then share my videos as well. Now what I have today is how to achieve this beautiful skirt. As you can see, this is an umbrella skirt, but in another form. See, let me show you what I have here. As you can see, this edge, this place is close up. I've stitched up this space here, making it a unique umbrella skirt, and it's very beautiful. Now, the side here, I've attached an invisible zipper, and then here is the waist. This is precisely for about 3-year-old girl. Nice skirt. And if you want to achieve this, just watch my tutorial to the end, and I promise you will really benefit. Thank you. Now, here is my fabric. Now, to start up, I'm going to show you the length of what I have here. I have 11.5 inches. This is 11.5 inches, and the length of this particular skirt I'm making is 10.5 inches, but I've added an inch for the folding and all that. So that is why I'm having the total of 11.5 inches for the length of this skirt. Now for the waist of this skirt is 18 inches. Now this 18 inches, I'll multiply this 18 inches that is for the waist multiplied by 3, and 18 inches multiplied by 3 gives me 54 inches. Now 54 inches plus extra 4 gives me 58 inches. Now this 58 inches, I shall be dividing it by 2, which gives me 29 inches. So I'm going to cut 29 inches is what I shall be using for the front panel, while 29 inches for the back panel. So let's go. Here I have 30 inches, so I shall be reducing this length by 1 inch. Remember, I said it's 29 inches after the calculation has been made. So I'm going to reduce it by 1 inch. So the next thing for me is to divide this fabric into 2. So I have for the front panel 29 inches, as you can see. This is 29 inches. Then the back panel, same thing. So let me keep one of these aside and work on this. Now this is the right side of this fabric, while this is the wrong side. So I shall be working on the wrong side of this fabric. So let me turn it this way. So let's start. So here, this place, I shall be marking 1.3 inches sorry, 1.3 inches. Now from that very point I shall be marking 2 inches. Then here 1 inch as an interval. Then here 2 inches. Here 1 inch. 2 inches. 1 inch. All through to the end. As you can see, what I have achieved here, what I've done here, is what I've also transferred to the base here. So this will help me to pleat it, to iron it out very well, and it matches each other up to down. So as I have 1.3 inches here for the start, is exactly what I have here. Then after this point I have 2 inches, is exactly what I have here. From here to here you discover is 2 inches, so it must match. You see, 2 inches, then an interval of 1 inch, so I have it here. So all through to the end, but on getting to the end I haven't got to the end with 2 inches which I have here. Then this is what I'm left with. I'm left with 3 inches. So it has a purpose. By the time I fold the 2 inches this way, so it will be easy for me to have an extra fabric here, so that the joining will be very easy for me. So, but at that end there are some trimming I will have to do at the end of the day, but it will help me out. So I will leave like that 3 inches like that, both at the edge here and at the base here. So the same thing what I've done to this front panel is what I will also do to this back panel. But remember, this is the wrong side. Also, I will also do it to the wrong side here. Now coming to the back panel of this skirt, remember when I did the front panel, at the start I left 1.3 inches, but in this case for the back panel it won't be 1.3 inches I shall be leaving, or I shall be starting with. I shall be starting with 2.5 inches for the start. After which I will now start the 2 inches, 1 inch, 2 inches, 1 inch, all through like that. 2 inches, 1 inch. Now, unlike 3 inches we had on towards the end of the front panel, in this case this is not up to that 3 inches. I have here 1.5 inches. The reason is that when I start the back panel, I started with 2.5 inches. So that's the reason why we won't have 3 inches here, unlike the front panel we had 3 inches. So what I've done is just to transfer what I have here on the base here. Now the next thing I shall be doing is to use my pin to hold it. Remember, this is the wrong side of this fabric. Now I shall be starting with the 2 inches. I will leave this 2.5. I won't touch it yet. Then I start I work on the 2 inches first, the 2 inches which I have interval. So I have 2 inches. Now I match it on each other this way. Then I use my pin to hold it. So what I shall be doing after holding it like that is to stitch it. I'm going to show you. So I will hold it like that, like so, and I will also come to this place. I will use my pin to hold it. The essence of this one at the base is, for me, after I will need to only stitch the edge here. I won't stitch here. I will stitch here and use my pin to hold this place so that it will be easy for me to iron, and it will give me an accurate width. So I will also come, I will leave this 1 inch interval. I will come to this 2 inches. I will hold it exactly the way I've done to what I did here. I will hold it together, making sure that it's 2 inches, so that by the end, at the end, you have 1 inch by the time you have stitched it. So I will hold it, I will use my pin to hold it together, so that the reason why I'm doing this is to have, by the time I begin to stitch, I will have, so that I have an accurate desire. So that's what I shall be doing all to the end here. The 2 inches, I will also leave the 1 inch here. I will come to these 2 inches, hold it together with my pin. So that is what I shall be doing, leaving the interval of 1 inch, holding the 2 inches all to the end here. And I will also do it to this place, the 2 inches, so that I will have my desired shape of this skirt. So that is what I shall be doing all through. So by the time I'm done, I'm going to show you what I've achieved. Now I'm done with the stitching. What I did was to, this is the wrong side where we work on. I stitch it 2 inches from here to this place is 2 inches. Let me quickly confirm so that you can see it's 2 inches. So all round. So this is what I achieved. Now this space is that 1 inch which we left as an interval. So exactly what I did here was what I did here too. So 2 inches for the length of the stitch all round. So this is what I achieved. Now the next thing for me is to iron it out. What I'm going to do now, at this point, once I've stitched it, since I've stitched it, I don't need to hold it with my pin. All I need to do is to trace it like so, tracing it, and I will iron. So by the time I'm done, I will show you the result of the ironing. Now I've ironed it, as you can see. Now lest I forget, when you look at the wrong side, you discover that here faces, or these ones face towards the right hand side. Why? The base here face towards the left hand side. So that is how it will be placed. Why these ones face this way, the pleating under it will face to the other side. So the next thing for me now is to join it. I will place it on each other this way. and I will stitch this side. Having stitched this side, I will come back and show you how it will look. Now, as you can see, I've joined the two panels together. This is what I achieved. The next stage is for me to join it to finally stitch this side. I'm going to use an invisible zipper for this particular skirt. So I'm going to stitch from the base here. I will leave 5 inches. From here I'm going to mark 5 inches. Then I will stitch 1 inch. Then I'm going to stitch up to this point here, after which I will now attach my invisible zipper. Then, having done that, then the next thing is to cut my band. So let me quickly stitch this up and fix the invisible zipper for you to see. Now, as you can see, I've fixed the invisible zipper. Here is the invisible. If you are interested in this, how I fix this invisible zipper, just check on my videos. I've released a video on how to fix invisible zipper in a very simple way. Just check. Now, I've fixed it, and like I told you, the waist of this skirt is 18 inches. Now, this is what I have. This is 9. That is 18 inches by the time the circumference, 18 inches. So the next thing for me is to cut the band for this skirt. Now I want to cut the band for the skirt. Now the waist of the skirt is 18 inches. I'm going to add 3 inches. So 18 plus 3 gives me 21. So I'm going to measure 21. I shall be measuring 21 inches. I have my 21 inches here. Now for the width, the wideness, I shall be marking 4 inches. So from here, I mark 4 inches downward. It depends. Let me make it 3.5. I'm okay with that. 3.5. Depend on how you want the wideness to be. But mine, I don't want it to be too wide, so I make it 3.5. Here too, 3.5. Then I'm going to connect this line together. So, and I will cut it out. So, haven't cut it out. What I'm going to do right now is to fold one edge here. Going to fold this way. I will make sure it lays very well. So it depends. You can use iron. I prefer using iron, but if you don't, you can just stitch it through like this. So having done that, then I'm going to attach it to the waist of this skirt. We have come to the end of this tutorial. This is what we achieve at the end of the day. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel for those of you that are just watching my tutorial for the very first time. And if you have subscribed before, please like my videos. I will appreciate you. Thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.